Hi.
Hi.
How are
How
you?
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Hey,
We did
Trina.
it. We did it.
I know. I was
Like,
like stuffing my face as I'm like getting ready and I'm like running
yeah,
around the house. I'm like,
me too. I was like, there's no time. Have a bagel quickly. Yeah.
right? Like, should I eat all life? No, I'm just gonna like.
I got my husband dealing with the spawn, so he's feeding the children, so that's good. And
That's
they know
awesome.
not to come down for a bit. So
Yeah, my husband just got back from picking up some stuff, so now he's the kids upstairs.
same.
Emily says, "How are you both?" I'm good.
Good.
Cool.
We
So,
are doing well. Hey, TJ.
I wanted to test a new thing out with you tonight. I figured you'd be
Okay.
the game. It worked really well on Ramblings with Robin and I when we
Okay.
did it there the other day. It was like a good like icebreaker and got people participating in the audience and stuff. So I thought it might be fun with you too, doing like a rapid fire.
Okay.
They're not hard, I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't study or anything, so
That's fine.
all right.
So the idea with it is just to answer as quick as possible.
Got it. Okay.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
10.
10. Okay. Ariel or Jasmine?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Nice. Dawn or dusk?
Dawn.
Dawn. If you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
Okay, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I really wanted to be a kid in the 50s.
Oh, really? That's cool though, right? The
I wanted
50s,
to like
was that the
go to
pool?
sock hop and, you know.
Yeah. No, that's a cool period. Place you most want to travel?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Cool. I like Hawaii. Yeah, I
I've
haven't
never
been.
No, I've never been. Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite junk food?
French fries. Does that count as junk food?
I think so.
Yeah.
Not exactly healthy.
It's not healthy. I love French fries. I eat French fries like all the time. Yeah.
Last Halloween costume.
Oh my gosh. I'm so busy making Halloween costumes for the kids. I can't even remember. I think I dressed up as Frenchie from Greece.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love Frenchie's
Yeah.
awesome.
That was fun.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Sadly, yes.
Nice.
I feel shame.
It's okay. There's a whole bunch of us. Sometimes you just don't want to commit to the running shoe, but you want a little extra on your feet, right?
That's the thing. You understand. You get me.
Right?
Yeah.
No judgment here. Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
Only with family. Only among immediate family members. I will use that caveat. But
Okay.
other than that, ew, no.
Okay. If you share the same DNA. Yeah. And then last but not least, toilet paper, over or under?
Under.
Under.
I know it's a big controversial subject.
Yeah.
I'm not married to one or the other. Like, I'm not totally opposed to over people.
Yeah.
I understand them. What I don't like is just on the back of the toilet seat.
Okay. Yeah. I totally get that. Or when like people like constantly just they finish a roll and then they leave the toilet paper roll in the bathroom. Yeah.
What is up with that? I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
It's not a hard job to like go click, 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 click. Oh, Jody says under.
Yeah, under.
Yeah, Jody. Oh, and my friend at My Awkward Teenage Diary says never under.
I'm an over. I know.
We're like a mixed marriage.
Right? It's fine though. We're gonna get along. Totally fine.
Totally.
So for those who don't know you though, do you want to give a little background bio on yourself?
Okay. So my name is Cari Haim, and I live in Toronto, and I was born and raised here. Let me think. In my sort of grown-up job, I work as a teacher of deaf and hard of hearing kids.
Okay.
So that's been kind of interesting during the whole COVID thing, because it's been to teach online. Positives, it's very challenging for everybody. The
Yeah.
one positive is that the kids can see my face, because all year we've been wearing masks.
Yeah.
Deaf or hard of hearing kid, that's obviously a way more of a challenge. So
Yeah,
I have
sure.
a new little girl who I have this year for the first time. And when we finally went online, I don't know, in January, she said, "Miss Cari, I never knew how you looked before."
Aw.
Which was so cute. She had
Yeah.
never seen me, and I had never really seen her.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I'm married. I have 2 kids. My daughter is 11 and my son is 8.
Okay.
It feels like, do I look very dark where I am? Does it seem like?
Maybe it's just really bright because I have my kit set up.
Yeah, I have a ring light here, but I don't know if I don't know if I know what I'm doing with it yet. So
Make you
anyway,
feel is that better?
so I work as a teacher of the deaf. I have 2 kids. My
Yeah.
husband's a musician, so he's actually working from home as well in his studio. He teaches piano and he does film and TV music, lots of things. And I also work as an actor and a writer. And that's how you and I connected.
Exactly. We're on the same roster, everyone.
We have a wonderful, wonderful agent.
Yeah.
Who I adore, and she's fantastic.
Terry.
Hi, Terry. And she deals with all of my panicked actor stress texts.
Yeah.
And she just deals with my anxiety, which is fantastic and amazing. She's wonderful. She's just a really kind person, and I really love that about her. And I've been kind of in an acting slump, which is a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Although I have 2 auditions this week, which is nice because it's been quite a while since I've had any, but this is great.
And then you get to be in our chick fight.
I am very excited about the chick fight. So I told my husband what he has to do, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I have to do what to you?" And I'm like, it's good. It'll all be good. So yeah, that's awesome. So do you want to explain the chick fight for people who haven't seen it?
Yeah, for sure. So it stemmed from an idea or a concept that Zoe Bell originally had. Last year around this time, she got a whole bunch of the A-list female actors together, and she put together this, I think it's like 5 or 6 minute long, like Cameron Diaz, Danielle Rua, Drew Barrymore, Scarlett Johansson, they're all in that. So if you haven't seen it, I believe her username is The Real Zoe Bell. Just check out that one first.
I'm going to look for that.
Yeah, but that's where I got the concept from, because after I watched it, I'm like, that would be so fun to do.
Yeah.
But in a year, I'm like, nobody's going to want to do that with me. And then I finally got off my butt, and I messaged a whole bunch of ladies that I knew that were actors, and even some that weren't. And I think we were at 18 for the last one. So 18 took me up on it, and it turned out like
it's awesome. So it's like one person punches, and then the following actor like reacts, and then they retaliate, and then the next person. And it's so well done. And I didn't even know Jen, although we have lots of mutual friends. Yeah. And she posted it on our actor roster Facebook. I'm like, I want to play too. I'm like, I don't even know her. She's going to think I'm crazy. But she's like, okay. So I'm like, great, I'm totally doing this. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, the minute we were done that one, everybody's like, when's the next one? When's the next one? I'm like, oh, okay, we just got done this one. So like, I guess we're doing round 2. So Cari's going to be in our summer edition one, which is
very excited. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So I'm all set up for what I have to do. I know what's coming to me, and I know what I'm attacking with. So
yeah, for sure. And I think I saw a couple other ladies in here too. I know Krista's in here for sure.
Hi, Krista.
Yeah, Krista's going to be in our next chick fight too. Krista in the first one had the tooth fly out of her mouth.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry. I was laughing hysterically. I thought that was great.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. So yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't yet. It's on my profile if you haven't seen it yet. It's also on YouTube.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's really fun. And people should do them. Everyone should just do them because I think they're adorable and fun.
Yeah, I know people are like, how many are we going to do this year? I'm like,
it's a lot of work though, right? To edit it all together.
It is, and this one's bigger. I think we're at 28 to 30 people for this next one. But I'm not going to do another one after this until the fall, and that one's going to be a holiday-themed one. So I don't take Robin off if Robin's watching, because I forgot to say her holiday when I was doing it. We're going to be doing Halloween,
Oh my
think
God.
Hanukkah and Christmas after this.
I'm getting ideas. I'm
Yeah,
already getting ideas.
yeah, and I'm gonna
Okay.
structure it. The seasons keep changing into the next one.
Okay, that's hilarious. I love
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
fun.
So look forward to those coming up.
That's going to be fun.
Thank God it's Fridays, ladies. Do we really get Friday off though? Because
I'm already in my PJs.
yeah,
I'm in pajamas. I love pajamas. Actually, my recent project is I started writing about, I don't know, a year and a half ago maybe, because the acting work wasn't really happening. And as a woman of a certain age, there's not that many roles, frankly. Or there's a lot of us. There's a lot of women who look like me and whatever.
yeah,
And no matter how good you are,
yeah,
you might get it, you might not. And that's most of the time you don't get the job. And that's just the nature of the work. But it started to feel really passive to me, just sit here and, I would look at my phone and go, I really wish, like sending vibes to Terry going, um, I hope someone's wanting to see me for an audition and just waiting for Terry to email or to text. And it's great when she does. And she's like, check your email. Yay, I have an audition. But you wait and wait and wait. And I just didn't like the feeling of that. So I started writing, and everyone's like, you got to just make something for yourself. All right. So I wrote a script. I wrote a pilot. I got some good feedback on it. I haven't done anything with it yet, but then someone said, you know what you should do is make something. I'm like, I don't know how to make something. Like, you're not just magic. Just because I'm an actor doesn't mean you magically know how to make something. How do you make something? So I wrote a short. And then another wonderful actress in our agency, Cynthia Crowfoot, Terry put me in touch with her because she's done a couple of shorts. And she was so helpful. She was so kind. She spoke to me like an hour and a half on the phone, said, you have to do this and this and this. She gave me like a list. Now she's in my movie and co-producing it. She's wonderful. She was so generous with her time and like all the stuff she knew. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I had a director, and all of a sudden we had actors, and like we're shooting the end of June.
Yeah. That's exciting.
It's so exciting. So my story is about, it's called Demonstration Sport, and it's about a mom, who is she dreams of being the first gold medalist in competitive napping at the Olympics. Yeah, as you do. Mm-hmm. So it's obviously a mockumentary, and it's going to be lots of fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's amazing. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Krista made a comment. She says, I think I get to attack you in this one, Cari.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. And I get what you mean about like getting into a certain age group, because for some reason I look older in a lot of my headshots. And Jody, if you're still here, I still need to touch base with you to get a rebook after the lockdown's over, because I've been trying to get in with Jody for a while. It's just every time we book a date, then
Jody did my headshots as well. So
it's the lockdown over I'm like, and then we have to reschedule. So it sucks. But yeah, I look older in my photos too. So my friend Leanne's been helping me with that too. She's been doing some really great headshots for me.
Oh, good.
Look the same as I look on, like, how old would you think I am right now here on camera?
I'm really bad at that. I don't know, 32? I don't know.
See, I'm 37 going on 38.
Okay, do you know how old I am?
No.
I'm 51.
Okay, you don't look 51. You look like...
It's a problem. So
it's a problem because based on camera, I look one age.
Right.
But then on my headshots, when you're submitting, I look a completely different age.
Right. Yeah. So I have that issue in a way that I'm 51. Yeah. I think Terry sends me mid-30s to mid-40s.
Yeah.
I think once I got set for something 50s, but people don't read me as 50s yet, even though what I say to people is, this is what 51 looks like for me. Like, I don't know why there's this image of 50 or 51 or whatever. I'm actually 51, and this is what it looks like. Like, there's not, I don't know if you expect me to be like old and wrinkled, and some people have different faces and whatever. But if you're looking at the 35 to 45 age category, there's a lot of us. So like mom age, like the young-ish mom. So whatever, I'm grateful for any audition I get right now, because they're hard to come by.
Yeah. And it's sometimes too, like, depending on the photo and some of the pics that Leanne's going with, I look like I'm in my late 20s, and then I look like I'm in my late 30s, and I'm like, why does my face not want to cooperate with me?
My friend Banana Upstage just said, 51, I have shoes that are older.
Yeah. Right? Oh, God, age. Age is just a number, but unfortunately, it's a big factor in acting.
Well, it is, but I'm starting to really, thank you, Jody, for thinking we're both gorgeous. I really enjoyed my headshot experience with Jody because I was super nervous to get headshots because I hadn't had them done in so many years, but it was a very good experience. So he's like a really good photographer. But with the whole age thing, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are encouraged to lie about their age, or I've just decided not to anymore. If people are asking what's my range, I will put 33 to 43, something like that. If people are asking my actual age, I'm going to say I'm 51 because I don't want to be, and if that loses me a job, whatever, I probably didn't want to work for those people anyway, because this is 51 for me. So when people say you don't look it, I know people think that it's a compliment, and I get it. Somehow younger is supposed to be better, right? Which, there's something to that, but it's also kind of scary because when I think about myself at 51, I'm making my first film. Yeah. Right. And like, I had this whole thing going on where, am I allowed to do this at 51? Is anyone going to take me seriously? I'm not a young screenwriter. I'm a new screenwriter, but I'm not a young screenwriter. So a lot of like programs that they have for like new people are only for younger people. Yeah. So, but it's been interesting. Mm-hmm. Betty White's still going, and she's in her 90s, so. She is, but she has a history behind her. So the thing is, for me, I'm like, will I ever get anywhere? Because here I am. I acted when I was a kid, but then had my kids and whatever things happened. And now here I am at this age. Thank goodness I have an agent who took me on and believed in me, which was great. And she's wonderful. And I want to make money for her. So I want to get jobs. But we'll see. I think every actor is like, I'm the one that you need for this job, right? But you never know what they're looking for. Exactly. Like I could see you and I going up for the same roles for sure. Yeah, it just depends on exactly what they're looking for, right? And sometimes it could be something as, oh, you remind them of their ex or something, so you don't get the role because of that, right? There's so much that happens. And I feel like I just did a self-tape yesterday for a really small role in a film, really quick audition. My husband was like, because he's always he's my conspirator, he's filming and he's always acting the part of my son, daughter, husband, whatever. And he's like, was this okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's 2 lines. I did the best that I could. I sent it in. I actually redid it because I didn't frame myself well and I had time to redo it. So Terry said, next time, could you do it better? And I went, oh my gosh, should I redo it? And she said, if you have time, then do it. And I went, great, I do have time. I'd rather send in the best possible one. But I always think that they're going to look at it and immediately, the minute they see me, I don't even know if they're going to watch the whole thing. Because they might just look at me and go, yeah, no, that's not the thing we were thinking of. But I can't control that. So. Yeah, you have to get out of that mindset. It's easier said than done because I had like that where, so I went through an eating disorder for 10 years. I got the physical part of the eating disorder, but the mental aspect was still there where I would panic if I gained weight. So I had one person, I only professionally started acting about 3 years ago, but I had one producer basically offer me a role and then backtrack on it, basically saying that the company that was going to be distributing the movie pictured somebody thinner for the lead. So that for a year was a total mind screw for me. Every time I went into an audition, are they not giving me this because I'm not thin enough? Right, for sure. And I had I'm so sorry. That sucks. Like, I don't understand people. But it does, but it's when you let it get to you. And I was letting it get to me until I finally why am I letting this get to me? Like, why am I letting one person who I don't even know screw up every other audition for me? Why am I going in thinking I'm going to fail when I should actually be my biggest cheerleader? Yeah. So I had to flip that mindset and be like, no, I'm going to do the best I can. And if I'm not ready for the role, I'm not ready for the role. It's so true because, I mean, every audition I get, I can always picture myself doing the role, right?
Yeah.
Of course. I can go, okay, I can see myself on set. I'm going to do a really good job for these people. They're going to be so and I get along with pretty much everybody. So like I'm easy to work with, right? So that part I know. But the one thing that's hard for me, and it's getting easier as I go along, is to just do the audition and forget about it. So it's hard to do that because you just like checking the phone and you're like, did they get back to me and whatever. And most of the time it's not. And you know what? And it usually has nothing to do with what I did.
Yeah.
Right? So could be they're casting me opposite somebody else and we just look weird together because I'm 5 feet tall. It could be that they need more diversity in the cast and they had a lot of white women auditioning and I think that's actually really good. I think that's a really good reason for me not to get a role because I think we do need to make a lot of changes in how things are cast. Yeah. So when it's that kind of thing, I think great. Like that's fair. Maybe I just sucked that day. Maybe my acting wasn't, maybe I interpreted the writing differently than they envisioned it. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't predict. Yeah. But that's why I like the writing because you're not in control the other way.
Set up like structure for me so that I stop overthinking everything. So as my acting coach said, 3 and you're done. Because after 3, then you're clicking out way too much. Yeah. And you're 3 and done. Unless I'm working with somebody on We Audition, it's the first time I'm going through this, then we do practice runs and then we tape it 3 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've already practiced it, then 3 takes and you're done. Because otherwise it stops being original. It stops being impromptu because you want to sound like this is the first time you're saying these things.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's structure. And then going in, not mind screwing yourself thinking you're going to fail, just go in and do it and then leave it alone.
Yeah, somebody, I think it was Jenny Wong, who I don't know in person, but she's a wonderful actor who you know, I guess. And she wrote something the other day on Instagram that I really liked, which was the audition is the job. And I think it was like getting cast was like just the bonus or something like that. And I love that idea. Like, so I really want to frame it that way for myself. Like, because I need my husband to help me film. Yeah. We had to schedule things. So I'm like on the calendar, on the family calendar, it said audition 1:30. Tomorrow we're shooting another audition and it's way longer. It's actually, I'm excited to do it because it's actually 3 scenes. Like it's actually acting.
Nice.
So I'm like, great. You know what? And I think these are people I've not auditioned for before.
Okay.
Casting wise. So I'm happy about that because I figured even if I don't get this, and frankly, the odds are that I won't because we usually don't. Yeah. But at least there's new people who are going to see me and that can't be anything but a positive thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The more you get out there and the more you practice and the more you get in front of people and create those connections, the bigger chance you have because if you don't try at all, then no.
That's it. Then you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't get something if you don't try.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah. Says, I had an agent ask me once, do you have a gym close to your house? If you lose about 20 pounds, you get more roles. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah.
I feel like in this industry, I was saying this to somebody in one of my acting groups, that they were complaining that they think that every A-list actor is a twig and has blonde hair. And coming from a place where I was a twig the majority of my life until I had 5 children.
You have 5 children?
Yeah, I do. So like I had severe issues putting on weight, and on top of it, I had an eating disorder. The putting on weight wasn't to do with the eating disorder. I was already thin, and then back when I was a kid, basically it was cool to be thin, and I was already thin, so then I tried to be even thinner. So I ended up with an eating disorder called anorexia. But being a twig most of my life, and then going to being like average build because I've had 5 kids and I didn't take the weight off in between because I had a back-to-back pregnancy. I get the mentality now of like, okay, well, I don't feel like I felt like my entire life, but this is the new version of me, and I shouldn't have to fit somebody's freaking mold to play a hero, right? Because heroes come in all sizes, and unfortunately, that hasn't been the case for a long period of time, but it's starting to be more of the case because people like Melissa McCarthy.
I was just going to say that. Did you see that new movie of hers with Octavia? It's so good. It's so fun.
So it's not about you trying to fit into a mold. It's about showing the industry where you fit. So show the industry where you fit. Just like The Rock wasn't the typical standard A-list
Very
actor.
true. Yeah.
He showed the industry where he fits. Look up The Rock story. Look at Melissa McCarthy. Who's the one who plays Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect? The Australian actress.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's got a really interesting name, and I can't think of it right now, but someone will come up with it.
Yeah. But another, she doesn't fit the standard A-list actor mold.
Mm-hmm.
Industry where she fits. Yeah.
But I love that. But also I love that modeling this kind of body positivity for our kids, right? So Rebel Wilson, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we knew someone would come up with it. So yeah, like I don't want my daughter, who's 11 now, and this was a very conscious thing when she was born. So I don't want to be saying, "Ew, I hate my body." There's fat happening here. Things are sagging a little more. I don't want to not wear a bathing suit because I feel embarrassed. I would rather I would rather lie, to be honest with you, or act my way through it.
Yeah.
I don't now, like, genuinely now, sometimes that old, like, we're so trained to think we have to look a certain way. Yeah. But for me, I'm at the point where I'm like, this is it. Okay. I didn't have my first live baby. Like I had a lot of infertility issues. I didn't have a baby till I was 40. Yeah. So I did not have this young sort of little, and then it's harder to lose the weight. And then I had another baby at 42. Yeah. So I'm still taking off the baby weight. He's 8 now. But this is it. I'm going to wear a bathing suit this summer. If you think that I'm too chubby or whatever, and I am, that's fine. Whatever. I'm at the point, and maybe it's an age thing. I'm 51. Don't look. You know what? I'm going swimming. I'm going to be with my kids. Yeah. Do I look at certain women and go, oh my God, I wish, blah, blah, blah. Sure. But am I willing to not eat? No. I like the French fries. Am I willing to not, am I willing to exercise like 5-6 days a week? I'm lazy. Like I know I need to, I'm starting to walk more and stuff. That's more for my health. Yeah. I'd love to be fit, but apparently I don't put the work into it. Yeah. I exercise like once or twice and then it's like, that's it. Yeah.
So I'm big into fitness and my goal right now is not to be the thinnest version of myself. My goal is to be the strongest version of myself. Right? Yeah. The strongest, healthiest version of myself right now is my focus because if I focus on being thin, then because that whole pathway's in there for the eating disorder, I feel like it's going to trigger that again.
Very much so.
Just be the strongest, healthiest version of me when I work out.
Yeah, I think that's great. I need to work out. I need to start working out more just for health reasons too. But I love the idea of being a little stronger and just showing my daughter. Yeah. And says, can't wait for the bathing suit. Yeah. He'll see it eventually. Yeah. Whatever. And it is what it is, right? It is, this is how it is. And I'm not going to, I don't want to apologize for it. I have friends and I know I've probably done it too, where you put it on and go, oh, I'm sorry about me. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry about the meanness of me, like how I look. I'm sorry, but I gotta admire my body, what it did for me, because I had my first miscarriage when I was 25 years old. I had a few after that over the years and didn't have a healthy pregnancy till 15 years after that first pregnancy. 15 years of infertility. And I just knew that my body was not capable of growing a person, which is fine. Like, I was well on the road to adoption. I don't think giving birth is like the only way to be a parent. I have many, many, many friends. I made a lot of friends in the adoption community because I was in the process of adopting. It was a big, huge fluke that I got pregnant. Like doctors said it wasn't happening. But it did what I thought it wouldn't do. And it's like, gee, thanks. Like you came through. I don't know what happened, but I can't hate it because of that. You know?
No, I understand that. So I had taken the weight off between every other pregnancy and okay, whatever, right? It's back to being me. But then I had a stillbirth at 6 months.
Oh, sorry. That's so awful.
I ended up getting pregnant again 3 months later in December, which is my youngest, Tyler, now. Complete fluke. We weren't trying again. I was still adjusting from that, but I hadn't taken the weight. Like you said, it's harder as you get older. Back to back pregnancies, your body doesn't. It's not like an elastic band. It doesn't.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Right? So that's what happened there. And I'm like, I've now just gotten comfortable being average, right? Because I'm average now.
And it's so funny when you say that. It's so interesting what goes through my brain when you say that. When you say it's so, I'm getting used to being average, because when I first looked at you, not today, but like in the past, I've seen your other live streams a little bit that you've done, or I've seen pictures of you on Instagram or whatever. And I would look at you and go, oh, see, this woman is like the ideal woman to me, right? So it's so interesting, like what we do to ourselves and how we perceive ourselves and how we perceive others. Because when I look at you, I think, look at this woman. She's gorgeous. She's smart. She's together. She's fit. She's creative. All these wonderful things about you. Never would I think anything sort of negative. I might be intimidated by you, like going, oh God, I wish I could be the way Jen is, right? But if we only treated ourselves the way how kindly we treat everyone else, right?
No, when I say average, I'm not like discounting myself, but I'm like, I see myself as an average build now. Right?
No, I understand what you're saying. You don't mean average as like a quality of not being fantastic. I know you meant like size wise, but interesting when you say, like, when I look at you, because I didn't know your past. Yeah. I just think, wow, like this is sort of the ideal.
Yeah. And the hardest thing with that too is when people see you as one thing and then you shift into another, it's hard because people always knew me as a twig. So then people still refer to me sometimes as that. And I'm like, but I'm not that anymore. I've grown over here. Right. I'm happier and healthier, because for those of you who think that being really, really thin is cool, you end up with just as many health issues. Yeah. So don't think it's all that to be a twig.
It's not. It's there's a lot. There's so much pressure. Yeah. And I wish I could pinpoint the date at which, as girls and boys too go through it, but I think more girls just culturally in our culture feel like they have to conform to a certain ideal. And frankly, we're not all going to get there. We shouldn't all get there. And one thing we're trying to embrace in our house is being weird, like embracing the weirdness of ourselves. Yeah. So
I love that. Yeah, just be you, right?
But it's hard.
Quality, your best quality is you being yourself. Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah.
Kathy says body image has and is always going to be an issue for women, especially in Hollywood's eyes. But when you own who you are, that's so much more powerful. Good job, ladies. Yeah, I don't know if you'll ever completely change Hollywood, but I love the fact that more actors are stopping trying to fit a mold and literally just showing Hollywood where they fit, as like examples I gave. Like, it's not about trying to fit in, it's about standing out in your own way and showing them where you fit.
I think that's true. And I think it's also, that's why I'm glad I'm making this a little short, because it's like, if I wait for someone to give me a lead role in a film, it's not going to happen. I don't look the right way. I'm too old. I'm too short. I'm 5 feet tall. Like, it's a problem in terms of where would you cast me? And the answer is you wouldn't. I feel like maybe if I stay in this business longer, maybe when I'm 10 years down the road, maybe I'll start getting cast a lot more. But I'm ready to do it now, right? So it's frustrating. And it's like, I got to make this thing. And whenever someone makes their own thing and it's of good quality, people flock to it. People want that kind of stuff. Yeah. So there's the appetite is there. I just think when it's the higher echelon people who have the money and who are making this stuff, they want the known entity. They don't want to take chances. Yeah. It's too bad because.
Yeah. Well, that's when you start creating a name for yourself. Like, instead of sitting in my bed, I am constantly pitching myself, whether it's a podcast, an IG live, sites on the internet. And I've been starting to build up. So I think I've got like 3 pages when you Google me now on my stuff. And I have box and stuff. So instead of sitting back and waiting to build my name,
Yeah.
going out and building it. And that's the thing is, like you said, don't sit there and wait. Like, go create your own project. Who knows who's see it and pick it up for something, right?
That's it, exactly. And even if they don't, at least someone will see it and you see it. Like, I can't wait to see that. Like, I walk around my house, I say to my husband, we're making a movie. Doesn't that seem weird? Like, because we're shooting part of it here. And yeah, just he's like, I know, it's great, because he's gonna be my music guy, because that's what he does. Yeah, I'm a little freaked out that I'm doing it. Yeah. But I'm excited because I'm not getting any younger. And this is the time. This is the time to do it. And maybe I'll find that I love it and I'll make another film. Maybe I'll do a feature. Maybe, who the heck knows, right? Sure. And it's just exciting to feel in charge, right? And to not wait for someone to invite you to play.
Exactly. That was another reason I wanted to do the chick fight. I'm like, I have nothing going on right now. Let's create something, right?
I think that's fantastic. I love that you do that. And I love that you're doing all these things, because it's like, look what people are doing. Yeah. Our friend Robin is doing her window chats. It's like, great. Like, good. Don't just sit there. Like, do your thing, whatever your thing is. Especially now, it's so depressing. Like, with the whole COVID thing, it's like everyone's sick of it. But at least there's something happening, and at least we can share what we're doing, right? So
yeah. Sorry, I was just catching up on the comments. I want to make sure I'm not ignoring you people. My daughter is starting with body image issues at 12. That's really sad. There's a book that I read. I'm trying to remember if it'd be good for her age level. It might, because it's pretty good terminology. There's a book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. It's really get on Amazon. You can get the audiobook, you can get the Kindle version, or you can order like the hard copy. But Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. Really great book.
I'm gonna look at that book. Yeah.
Just my daughters ended up starting to say some of that stuff too, and it worried me because of what I went through.
For sure.
It's have open conversation with. I can't talk about. Have open conversations with them and to the bottom of why they're feeling that way, because it's one thing to say one thing, it's another to get to the bottom of why that's happening, and why it's happening is the issue that needs to be dealt with. Mine was because I felt like I needed to be thin to fit in, to be cool, right? Mm-hmm. There's also a bullying aspect in that in school too, right? I was trying, and because the bullies were picking on me because I decided to friend people that not necessarily were the most popular kids. Mm-hmm. So then the popular kids started picking on me. So I started thinner so that the popular kids maybe would stop picking on me, and it turned into an eating disorder. Anyways, get to the point of why it's happening. Okay? Why do they feel this way? Why do they think this way? Have they seen something and they think that they have to fit into that? Is somebody bullying them at school and they feel like this is a way of control? A lot of the times eating disorders develop from body issues for a form of control. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the way the control, the chaos is happening in your life, but it stems from a catalyst and then it develops. So just keep an eye on it. I'm not a professional. If you need help, there's tons of amazing counseling right now. There's even free counseling right now. You can even call into lines. Yeah. So just keep an eye on it. Hey guys, have a good night. I gotta go because my Wi-Fi sucks.
Oh, sorry.
We have a comedian here in Australia called Magda. I'm gonna butcher this last name. Zubanski. She is plus size, but she's so well loved, and no one comments on her size. Right? Just show the industry where you fit. Yeah. I detest bullies. Yeah, I detest bullies too. But there's always going to be them in every industry. Yeah. A twin brother killed himself about 9 years ago because he was so lonely and hated his life. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's Nora, I think, right? Is that my friend Nora? Yeah. Nora and I have chatted before because my brother died as well. He didn't kill himself, but he died. And so we've chatted a little bit about losing a sibling. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah. Oh, I hate when I get that news on a live, because it's then like I'm talking and then you're on text and then it's like I don't know how to respond because it's hard.
It's hard because I don't know. It's like life is tricky these days. There's so much going on right now, right? So
Yeah,
I think the one thing is like, it's so hard to lose a sibling. It's so hard to lose anybody. And
right.
so many people this year too have lost so many people.
Yeah.
So that's been hard, I know. And the whole year has been
Yeah. And
tricky.
it's one thing to be like, I'm sorry for your loss, but it's another thing to try and help somebody get through it too, because what you think and how you deal with death is not necessarily how other people deal with death. So I don't know. For me, like things hit hard for a few weeks, right? And then I slowly start to get better.
Right.
Where it might be like instantly back to normal, but they might be like stuffing it down.
Yeah. It's just hard. I mean, I think, especially when death is unexpected.
Yeah.
Right. Not that it's better one way or the other, but I know like if someone has been ill for a long time, and I have a good friend right now whose partner is dying. He's been very ill for a long time, and the end is coming, and we know the end is coming, and it's horrible for her. And it's been a long time, and it's awful, but we know it's coming. When my brother died, and I know when Nora's brother died, like we had no warning that was going to happen. It happened. So it all sucks. I don't think there's a good way to experience this.
No. Worse, right? Not knowing or knowing, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all right. Like, oh, okay, I know I'm going to die. Like, then you start to panic and get an anxiety about that, or you get the opposite people who just go and they live and do everything they possibly can because they've got faith, right?
Yeah. And I think maybe that's the lesson, is that we don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. So you have to do that. You have to just try to do the best you can to really live your life, right? But that can be hard because there's so many challenges right now, and it can make it hard to get out of bed sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But
yeah.
And that's why you feel crappy sometimes when you're like sitting there going, I'm bored, but I'm bored, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still here. So what can I do?
What can I do? And I think it's like, not that you have to be up and cheery all the time, right? Like, I think if you're having a crappy day, then have your crappy day. Like, some days I'm just like, I don't want to feel better right now. I just need to lie in bed and just leave me alone for a few hours. And tomorrow will be better. Like, that's the one thing that I have learned, is like, it's cyclical, right? Like, even if I was chatting with a friend online earlier about that, saying, you know, you go through these slumps. Yeah. But that's the one thing I have learned, is that the slump does not stay slumpy. Yeah. Life is cyclical, and there are times that are just amazing and happy and wonderful and up, and then there will be a decline. That's just the nature of life, and then it will come back up. Like, it will. You just have to kind of wait it out, which is really hard to do sometimes. That
was my Monday. I'm like, everything I touch is just going wrong today.
This too shall pass. Exactly.
Yeah. Right? I'm like, instead of continuously like going to try and do more things right now, why don't I sit and watch TV with my 4-year-old and just not touch anything else?
Yeah. And I think that's okay. Like, especially now, I think we need to give ourselves a break, especially if you're living in Ontario. Yeah. Where COVID seems to just be going on and on and on and not getting that much better. It's like,
there was some good news today on the news. Apparently our ICU numbers are going down, so that's good.
Okay. Well, that is good. That is good news.
Yeah. They're still high. They've only gone down a little bit, but they're going down. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good, because we were at a bad place for a while there, and it's still bad, I know, but hopefully it's the start of maybe a plateau, and then maybe it'll start to decrease. I know people are really starting to get vaccines now, so that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
Mine. Did you get one?
No, I haven't got mine yet, because they haven't done our age group for our area yet.
Right. Yeah.
So coming soon, and I know they lowered the age number now to 12 and up can get it, but only for the Pfizer vaccine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to look at that. My daughter's 11, so we're not quite there yet, but I do have friends. We were having a chat last night, a group of us online, saying, are we doing it for our 12-year-olds or not? You know, like, so people are debating. I tend to be a believer in science. I feel like if they approved it for that age group, I'm the person who would get my kid vaccinated.
Yeah.
because what kind of research can I really do?
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Read an article on the internet? It's not going to tell me anything deep about how this study was done, and I'm not going to understand it anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm very pro-vaccine too, coming from a medical background because I wanted to be a doctor. And
Okay.
yeah, all my high school years, I tortured myself with advanced calculus and stuff. That took a little sidewind, and I ended up having a cake business from a fluke incident of a hobby. But anyways, so from a
I had a cookie business.
yeah, from I am pro-vaccine because I trust scientists and I trust the fact that they've gone to school and they've done their research and they would out if it wasn't safe. And yes, there can be side effects, but what's COVID? Or
this is the I think someone's asking if it's true that we're not getting the second dose until 4 months later. And
I'm not sure.
I think that's the timeline that they've given us here in Ontario for now, just because of the numbers. Just they're waiting for more vaccine shipment, and I know that's not the recommended time.
Yeah.
But
even with the first shot, you still have some protection.
Oh yeah. It's just so I got my first one maybe a month ago now, or maybe 3 weeks. My husband got his on Friday.
Okay.
This past Friday.
Yeah.
And it takes like 2 weeks to sort of take effect.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to get my second dose when I can.
Yeah.
And
okay, so interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know the logistics of it, but yeah, if you check the Ontario websites, they have all there, I believe. You two are awesome. Love the debate. I'm done talking. My mouth does not want to move with the word.
Oh, that's Jody saying goodbye.
You two are awesome. Love the diversity of this conversation. Gotta run. See you soon.
Bye, Jody.
Okay, and I know I missed a couple comments. I promise I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just going really fast.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we're getting to like the end of our hour. So I want to make sure, like I always ask my guests, this one question: what's the best advice you would give to your younger self?
Oh my God. Yeah. The best advice that I would give to my younger self. Yeah. Boy. I would say just don't hold yourself back. Because I think I held myself back from getting back into acting for a long time because I just thought it wasn't the responsible thing to do. And I missed it a lot.
Okay.
And I feel like now I'm older and that's fine. I am where I am, but I kind of wished that I had continued doing what I really loved to do at a younger age instead of sort of postponing it and waiting for like an appropriate time and that kind of thing. I wish I'd just sort of been more passion driven than a little bit less pragmatic maybe.
No, I totally understand that. Yeah. Because as you get older, sometimes you start to panic that, oh my gosh, I haven't completed X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. What about you? What's your answer to that?
My best advice to my younger self is don't worry so much about what other people think about you. Because that's one of the biggest fears that actually holds people back is the fear of judgment. Yeah. And if I stopped worrying about the fear of judgment a lot sooner in life, I feel like I'd be a lot further along. But then I also believe that what you go through, you grow through. Ooh, and
I like that.
Thought in my life if I had been through all that and be able to share what I've learned.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have any regrets because, as you said, if I didn't go through the things that I had gone through previously, I wouldn't be who I am now. And I like who I am now. Yeah. I'm a little bit of a whack job, and I think I'm a nice person, and I'm a good friend, and I can always be better at a million things. And I'm not very nice to myself when I make mistakes. Like I know that that's something I need to get better at. I'd be really nice to everybody else when they make a mistake. If I make a mistake, immediately I'm stupid and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm trying to get better at being kinder to myself and saying, you know what? It's a mistake and you're not perfect and that's life.
I've stopped calling them mistakes. So I learned this from a group I was in.
Okay.
Everything in your life is a lesson or a blessing. So your mistakes are mistakes. They're lessons that you need to learn because everything you go through happens for a reason.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because it's true. Like you can't regret things. The decisions that I made 20 years ago were the right decision for me at the time.
Right.
Right. And it's easy to look back and go, oh, I wish I had blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad I'm a teacher now because
exactly.
I mean, I have a stable income and there's something to be said for that.
Right.
I cannot complain about that.
That's
but I really like the way you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a big growth here.
So much.
I did this transformational coaching program that was hugely focused on mindset and stuff. And that was a big helper. Again, I can't talk. Big helper. And yeah, I've now made adjustments in my life and now I'm able to share more things, right? And not be like, I used to panic about Instagram lives. Now it's like, whatever, I'm going Instagram live. So,
yeah.
Okay, so we have 7 minutes left of our 6 minutes.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
Well, I was up for the audience to see if anybody in the audience has a question for you. I always like to leave like the last 10 minutes for questions in the audience. If anybody has any, if not, I can think of more. Kira's like, no,
I have a feeling you and I could probably chat for like another hour or two.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, my husband has to leave and go to his brother's house.
I hear like rumbling upstairs. Yeah. It's hilarious. I hear little feet running, well, big feet, I guess, running around. Right. How old are all your kids?
So my youngest is 4 going on 5 this year. And then Mackenzie, who's the next up, she is 11 going on 12. Then we have Lucas, who's 13 going on 14. I feel like I'm doing like the song from
You Are 13.
Right? I love how you knew what I'm talking about. And then Alexa, she is 15 going on 16.
Wow.
My oldest is 16 going on 17.
Wow. That is amazing. That must be one busy house.
Yes. and we have a new dog. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's not new, but she's new to us.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, but she's adjusting really well. So.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, she's doing really good. Nobody has any questions?
Nobody questions for me? Come on.
I might have
missed you. No worries.
You two are awesome. We already read that one. My mom keeps telling me that I'm going to die soon because I did years of like 20 years after some things happened to me and I quit drugs about a year ago. And just don't listen to other people.
Is she a doctor?
Yeah.
Does she have medical training?
Yeah. I learned a lot.
Nora. Yeah, Nora's going to sleep.
Yeah, a lot of things that people tell us are because of their own stories and beliefs, right? Yeah. So just because somebody is telling you something, don't take it personally because they're coming from their own beliefs and stories that they have learned. So,
they're trying to get their own.
Yeah. Fiona says old enough. I get that a lot. That's one of the issues for my acting is sometimes I don't look old enough to play the mom. Right? Yeah. Other times I look really old. It's like face.
I lost a role once in a student film because the guy who was directing it loved my acting. I was the first person he read. I cast me immediately. Then his whole crew decided I didn't look old enough to be the mother of this 15-year-old actor. So I wrote back and I said, it's your decision, whatever he disagreed, but the whole crew didn't. I said, this is like a year ago. It wasn't that long ago. So I wrote back and I said, all I'll say is this, it's totally your decision. No hard feelings. That's okay. But in real life, I am old enough to be the mother of a 30-year-old in real life. Right? So just, you think I'm too young to be the mother of a 15-year-old and think again, back to this age thing. What is it that you think mothers look like? Like, really?
Oh, I know. I mean, I go on set with my oldest son because he does acting. Everyone like, a few of my kids have done acting stuff. But when I go on set with Reese, they always think I'm his sister.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm his mom. Like, I'm 37.
Yeah.
Uh, this was brilliant, Jen and Cari. Thank you for being so interesting, funny, and diverse. It was a great chat. No problem.
Well, thank you. That's a nice thing to
Oh.
say. Ooh, here's a question.
Is there a question?
I see a question that says, here's a fun one that can tie in. Do you both have a go-to song or band that you love to listen to that makes you feel happy and motivated?
Yes, I forget who sings it, but it's good to be alive right about now. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
I love that one.
I put it on your thing.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
If you go to my stories, the one advertising this chat for today, that's one of my favorite go-to songs. I just forget who sings it, but it's a good to be live right about now song. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I love musical theater. My kids are very obsessed with Hamilton right now, so that's what we're listening to a lot of at home. Both the original Broadway cast and an 8 and 11-year-old singing it all day long. I'm a big lover. I know this is ridiculous, but I love 70s music. So the music of my youth. So when I clean and stuff, that's what I would put on in the background is classic 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to pick one more, it'd be an 80s song by the Scissor Sisters, which is I Don't Feel Like Dancing.
Oh.
I feel like dancing.
I don't remember that one.
A good one. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I requested a lot at weddings when we used to.
When we used to see people, you know.
Right.
In the before times, yeah.
Okay, I think, did we catch up? Both you guys, great night. Their loss. Exactly, they think we should have gray hair. No, we dye our hair.
We dye our hair, people. Come on, look. See, I need to dye it again now.
Right. Yeah, I know. Coming in. Yeah. Thank you so much, Cari. This was such a blast.
This was great. I'm glad to finally meet you. And
I will, if you're up for it in season 2 in the fall, would love to have you back on.
I'm excited. I would love to come back on. And I think you're so fantastic and interesting. And I love that you're doing this. And I feel like I have so much more I want to say to you and more to ask you. And I just want to listen to you talk more. So let's do it again in the fall.
Yeah. For sure. And if you ever want to hit me up in my DMs, if you have questions, please, by all means. I love chatting. So
I have questions, so I'm going to join. Okay.
Awesome. Have a great night, everybody. Happy Friday, great weekend. And
have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.